The 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump, the Loki of American politics, has started off his presidency by rescinding a whole lot of executive orders which were signed into law by his predecessor. Old guy, couldn't remember anything. Nope, name's gone. Anyway, this is what he did.
The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era
Biden, that's the guy.
executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others.
All right. Universally popular by the looks of things, at least by the sound of the audience in there. Of course, it may be a carefully curated one. Meanwhile, and just 2 days ago, the Frank Drebin of British politics, Sadiq Khan, says the US president's return to the White House marks a perilous moment for Western civilization. I'll tell you what marks a perilous moment for Western civilization, if you can call it that. The amount of knife crime in London that makes people afraid to go out into suburban streets. That is a perilous moment in whatever passes for civilization on this side of the Atlantic. And I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. Let's talk about London, should we? The Met Police failed to solve any neighbourhood crimes. Any neighbourhood, that's none at all, in more than 160 parts of London in 3 years, according to The Independent. That is, the police haven't done anything. And yet a few years ago, I remember the Met Police spent a special unit up to a suburban house in the Midlands somewhere because the person who lived in that house had written that he didn't like Sadiq Khan very much. So they had plenty of resources to do that. They sent an officer and a couple of men. They got a lot of backup from the East Midlands Police, and they went and they knocked his door in and arrested him at 7 a.m. in front of his entire family when he was preparing to take his children to school. So the Met Police can solve some neighbourhood crimes so long as they're in another neighbourhood and they have to do with hurty words. The 15 most dangerous areas in London for 2025. So Hounslow, 95.3 crimes per 1,000 people. That's 9.5%, isn't it? And this is, again, 9.5% of people in Brent are in some way victims of crime. In Greenwich, 9.6%. Well, actually, since that's a 7 there, 9.7% of the people. I mean, this is getting pretty close to 10%, isn't it? 9.7 in Lewisham. Here's Crouch End in Haringey. I know that clock very well. It's never been right the whole time I've known it. The overall crime rate in Haringey is at 99 crimes per 1,000 people. That is as near to 10% as makes no difference. And this one is 11% in Lambeth. In Newham, 11%. In Tower Hamlets, 11%. Oh, if you want to round it up, it's actually, you could say it's nearly 12%. In Hammersmith and Fulham, 11%. 5.7%. You'd say that's 12%. And again, that is really 12%, isn't it? This is Hackney. Southwark, 12%. Islington, well, that's near enough to 13%. Kensington and Chelsea, that's 15%. of 1,000 people, 15% of them are going to be somehow subject to crime. Now, of course, Kensington and Chelsea is a very wealthy place, so a lot of the crimes will be like phone snatching, that sort of thing. In fact, I was so worried about phone snatching, which is pretty much an epidemic in London, that last time I was in London, or every time I've been in London, I have not taken my mobile phone out into the street with me. I bought myself a really tiny mini smartphone, which is just about good enough to call me an Uber or a Bolt. That's the other one. But apart from that, I mean, first of all, it was smaller, so it stayed in my hand more easily. And this one is much too easy to just grab. And that would have been a lot of the crime in Kensington and Chelsea. But yeah, there'd be they've got some expensive cars there, so a lot of car crime, maybe some burglaries as well. And, look, you may think that, well, somebody steals your phone, that's not a big deal. But if you are actually out and about and somebody steals your phone, there's a very good chance they're going to push you over while they're trying to get the phone from you. There's a good chance you'll be injured. Certainly your whole life will be turned upside down by somebody stealing your phone. And this is a terrible, awful crime. So what does it say here? Kensington and Chelsea. Nearly 10,000 thefts. Thefts from the person, 3,000. Shoplifting. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Lots of shoplifting. Vehicle crime, violent crime. Violent crime almost more than everything else, except for the theft, which, as I say, is most likely to be phones or handbags. Now, let's see. Camden. 17% there of 1,000 people. Westminster, 35%. And Sadiq Khan is talking about the US president marking a perilous moment for Western civilization. No, what is perilous for Western civilization is the feeling people have that they can't go out into the streets and just walk around going about their business without fear or worry, without having to buy a special little phone just in case. That's what Western civilization is. Right, and when Trump is now making sure that the southern United States border is better policed and more secure, that will stop more criminals from coming in, because there were a lot of criminals. It's all right, all very well you saying, well, yeah, there are lots of families just trying to make their way in the world and all the rest of it. Yeah, they may be, but among them are serious criminal elements. Everybody knows that. It's no secret. And the more they are kept out of America, the safer Americans will be. Meanwhile, we have people like Sadiq Khan, who vies in idiocy with David Lammy, and really that's saying something, talking about a president who's trying to get control of the safety of his citizens as a perilous moment for Western civilization. You know, I'd say it's a disgrace, but it isn't. It's a comedy. Okay, till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.